So you probably thought you were done with Marsh Cave. Nope, not yet. Although I will say none of the things I do here in Marsh Cave are absolutely necessary, so one way or another you can just skip it. I'm just doing this for the sake of saving money. And let me tell you right now, you want to stock up on stuff, because you will be getting into a few, well, somewhat cruel battles. Depends on how lucky or, well, unlucky you really are. And these places can only be accessed with the mystic key, so pay attention to that, and don't go back until you have that or whatever. So the rooms are right down here at the bottom. And when you go into this first room, make sure to step up before you turn right. If you just turn right, this is going to sound awkward. If you turn right when you go into the room, you will get into another wizard battle. And that's not necessary when you can actually skip it. So these cobras are not that strong, but I need to be careful with who I choose to attack who, and you will see why here. The middle one survived. I don't know if that's always the case, but that's usually what I'm very unlucky with anyways. So that's how it is. And this is also a fixed encounter. So yeah. Not the worst battle, but the next two are. The silver amulet is a step up from the copper amulet, and I give it to my white mage since he has the lowest evasion, or evade percentage either way. So he should be a little better to take hits. Or that's how I feel in the very least. Now about 8 minutes or so was cut from this because a lot of it is unnecessary traveling anyway, so I figured why not. Also, the random encounter battles are so short anyways that I saw no point in, well, cutting them out anyways. But fixed encounters is not something I would cut out. Now, 4 wizards here only happen if you're very, well, unlucky. And obviously I was, so this is going to suck. It was actually a 4 wizards, or a battle against 4 wizards, which killed me the first time and had me restart. Fucking shit. As always, the white mage is useless, so just use ruse. And well, heal when you can. Not that I've paid attention to this, but it seems like healing potions will heal a lot less in battle than anywhere else. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it seems to be the case. I guess. Whatever. If you in that first room had taken a right, you would have been forced into a wizard battle. I think I already mentioned that. In case I didn't, well, now I have. And this is a beyond dragged out battle. Simply because they refused to die for whatever reason. I had expected them to deal damage to my black mage, but I don't know. Sometimes it's a little too random. A silver knife? We'll actually get a few of those. And healing potions, they're beyond imperative. They always will be. And there will be one more wizard battle, which is mandatory. So healing up all the way is definitely necessary. And the silver knife I give to my black mage. And, well, it's a step up from the large knife anyways, even though he's probably not going to use it that often anyways. This room right here is bogus. Although I believe in Dawn of Souls it contains an antidote. Or it could be in a room at the other end of Marsh Cave, I don't know. I know I definitely don't like this place anyways. And right here will be your final wizard battle. So making sure everything is right. And I thought I could rest here just to restore my, well, magic points. Turns out I couldn't. Also turns out that they don't restore my magic points. Which surprised me quite a bit actually. But that just goes to show I don't know anything about this game, or that much in the very least. But this is a shorter battle since it's only 2. And I fear for my thief's safety here. With good reason too. First one down. And like, the damage they deal is insane. It could just be the fact that I'm used to Dawn of Soul, where everything is a lot easier, so that this will surprise me a lot. But it also goes to show that I have to recap my strategies and make certain that what I'm doing is actually the right thing to do. Either way, the killing blow should come in this cycle. Or within it, in the very least. There. Okay. And we get Gil. Now let's cut ahead to Astos Castle. You probably remember the treasure room from before. And during your first playthrough you might get hit by a fixed encounter there. 3 times actually. Lucky for you, you can skip the encounters there, although they're decent enough for grinding. So there's only a fixed encounter right in front of the treasure chests. They didn't bother put any on the sides. So that way you could skip those. We also got some iron gauntlets, which is a step up, and that means I don't have to buy them in Melmond. The falcon goes to the thief instead of the scimitar, which reminds me I forgot to buy a saber, I'm sorry. But I believe a falcon has the twice the hit percentage as a saber, and then has 2 more damage I think. I didn't look it up, I just believe it's better anyways. Okay, right next we will buy a black mage spell since we have 4000. And that's the final level 4 black mage spell we need. And it's fast. This doubles the amount of hits your warriors, well, be it fighter, thief or mage or whatever, can do. And whether it increases the crit rate or not, I don't know. But it seems like on videos where people use quick shot, it makes all their hits critical hits. But it could be for the fact that they do, I don't know, 8 or 16 hits and then at least one of those are going to be a critical hit, or I don't know. But that's what it seems like. But even though you have that, it can still make Chaos a challenge. And I've heard that if he uses Cure 3 it's all over, since you'll have no chance to decrease his health again. Whether that's true or not I don't know, but he was no challenge in Dawn of Souls, so it wouldn't surprise me if he would be quite a challenge here. Okay, the Chaos Shrine, none of this is really that important, but it's for the sake of money that I get all of the items here that I can. Also, some of it saves me money by the end. Getting the silver amulet saves me about 5000 gil when I reach Melmond. And this is another fixed encounter. I couldn't remember what the gargoyles could do, so I wanted to play it safe using the Fire 2. Turns out it was quite effective actually. Well, beyond effective than what I had expected. The rune sword is effective against spellcasters. We will not fight that many spellcasters, and when we do, we will not even have it on us. I'm not sure if it's effective against the fiends or not, but I know I won't be using it anyways. Whatever you choose to do is up to you, but that's the way it is. I'm actually not sure if I kept it or not. But whatever. I have short-term memory on these things anyways. And this is fixed encounter again. And you cannot enter this without the mystic key. So that's the way it is. I thought fire was actually effective against them, but dealing that little damage, well, that's a disappointment. So, this time using Ice 2 to conserve my fire. Surprisingly two of them doesn't die. That's beyond unexpected actually. What they made better in Dawn of Souls is that once your enemy has disappeared and one of your fighters would target that monster that just disappeared, they will automatically target another one. Unlike in this game where it just says, screw you, you fucked up big time. So regardless of that, well, it's still a good game, but it's annoying. But that just goes to show how much you have to pay attention to. And the last gargoyle should hit the ground about this point. Would surprise me if he actually made it through this. And he's dead. There's 2 more rooms, and none of those are fixed encounters, as far as I can remember. The soft potion cures your, heroes who have been stoned, or has turned into stone. There's also I'm not sure if it's an offset, but if 3 of your guys are stoned, the last guy cannot be stoned. And that's because stone is a permanent effect, like poison. And, well, the only way to cure it is to buy a soft potion or use the white mage's A-soft, I think it's called here. I don't remember it exactly, but it helps to have in the very least, just like having a pure. The word sword works against werebeasts. We will not fight any necessary werebeasts, so it's unnecessary to keep it. And for the reason I will sell it. I believe it works well against wolves too, but the only other ones we will fight are ice wolves, and there's a little time before we reach that. And even then it's unnecessary. So that's selling money. Pretty much all the things we get here are selling money, but some of it are things we can only buy in Melmond, and so that actually saves money in the end. But that's about it. The next place, before we have to move on, is Cornelia. Cornelia is pretty much the only place right now that has necessary stuff in terms of using the mystic key. But I'm a little exhausted, or tired I should say. So forgive me if I accidentally yawn. But whatever. Head into Cornelia Castle. Figure out which way is actually the right one. Because you turn right when you get in. I seem to have forgotten that again. This is terrible, I know, but that's the way it's going to be. I'm also a bit surprised about the growth of this channel. Last month, or during March month, this channel accumulated over 2,500 views alone. Which is surprising because that's an improvement of 1,000 more than 1,000 from last month or the month before that. The TNT is the necessary item we need, because we're going to the city of the dwarves. I forgot its name. It's terrible, I know. But that won't be the only time we're going there, so... there will be another time where I can remember the name. But now to sell stuff. Staves have a 0% in hit, so that's useless. Okay. Selling scimitar, along with the silver knife and the saber, and large knife. So nothing special goes on here. Now if I wanted to, I could go back to Elfland and buy the 2 white mage level 4 spells that I need. Of course I thought that Melmond had level 4 spells. They don't. I'm very sorry. Ridiculous. But that's who I am. Mistake upon mistake upon mistake. I don't think anything will ever change there. And we have about 12,000. The monsters we will fight from now on gives more money. That would make sense. I hope. Would suck if it would be like... because in Melmond the level 5 spells cost 8,000 and then all you could ever meet were imps or grey imps. You would be sitting there for quite a long time. Regardless of that, I found a good grinding spot in Dawn of Souls. I don't know if it exists here as well, but I'm going to try it anyways. And if it does, I will get a video recording of that. I got stuck trying to find out how to activate the map. And for some reason now I started to get some random frame drops, which is odd. Nothing was really going on with my computer, so I don't know why I'm getting them here. Thankfully it's the only time they appear. And I'll hope they don't appear anymore, but then I'll have to look into it if it happens again. So the city of dwarves is in a cave, because that's what being a dwarf is all about. That dwarf. I'm a dwarf. No. And here it is. So, there's some guild to get, about 1,000. Well, a little more, but that's what it is. I'm looking for the floater. I'll bet it could lift anything, or whatever. The floater was called the Lavastone in Dawn of Souls. We need it. And this guy will make the Excalibur if you bring him adamant. Unfortunately, we will not get that until the 4th Fiend, so that's a long time before that. But the floater will give you the levitation ship, I don't know what it's called. This guy will need the TNT. Yeah, that box should disappear. And nothing. So in Dawn of Souls they at least included the cutscene that shows what's supposed to happen. But this was also where I said, I don't know what to do now, and I can't figure it out. Screw that. Silver armor, known as mithril armor. It's awesome. It's a lighter kind of armor, so it's not as heavy on the evade percentage. Silver knife. Dragon sword. It's effective against dragons. That's kind of what the name suggests. And, well, an iron helmet. Better than the wooden one we have. And for some reason I believed that a thief could wear a wooden helmet. He can't. So there's a lot of mistakes through this. Whatever. I'm not sure if I will use the dragon sword, but I'm going to keep it anyways, just like the rune sword. And before I fight the first fiend, I will look things up to see, like, will the rune sword be handful or should I just get rid of it? I know I'm keeping the dragon sword, but I'm not sure about the rune sword just yet. And once again, had this not been on camera, I would have attacked these ogres, but I'm not going to. Okay, now we can get to Melmond. And this hole will not appear until you've taken care of, well, the TNT issues. Now, only because the Kizoku gives that much more money than the ogres, I chose to attack them, and they don't have over 100 HP anyways. And no, they're still not weak to electricity, I just chose to use it. And did. Okay. And right on that last step. And they get the first hit. I believe this game is trolling me harder and harder. As long as it just doesn't misbehave during the Lich battle, I shouldn't complain. Let alone the vampire battle. And Melmond looks like shit. And here you will witness me feeling very embarrassed over the fact that I can only buy level 5 spells. And these NPCs love getting in my way. So, I will not speak about what I will need yet, because I don't know. And I haven't bothered looking it up. And so that's going to be like that. Also, Dragon Sword gives 4000. Pretty neat. I'm not sure if the longsword is any useful. I don't think it was during my Dawn of Soul playthrough, so I doubt it actually is. Let's see, we sell the rest here, which I know we will not need, and it should be quite obvious that we don't need it. So, for now we can save, because, well, we can. It doesn't cost more than it did in Elfland, so that's fine. And now, to get moving again. Back to Elfland we go. I cannot believe why I believed that. I just had some sort of idea that you could buy them in Melmond, but apparently not. I know you couldn't do it in Dawn of Souls, but that's what happens, I guess. And these fucking random encounters. I swear I have the worst luck with this kind of thing. And right there I expected another encounter. But I didn't get it. So of course now I will buy the level 4 white mage spells that I need. And as I said in last episode, it's only 2. So that's the way it's going to be. The amount of spells we'll need later is considerably lower, I think, but that's just a guess. Here we buy Pure and Anti-Ice. A mute is useless. So is Fear. Fear will make your enemies, well, run away, but since I have a thief, I can run from every battle that I want to, that is not a forced encounter. So, you might buy it if you don't have a thief, but I doubt it's reliable in any case whatsoever, so I don't recommend it, but if you want to experiment with it, go ahead. Also, Anti-Ice serves the same purpose as Anti-Fire and Anti-Lightning. So I don't know if I will buy steel armor, but I will need a silver amulet for my thief as well. But getting the silver amulet back in the marsh cave, it saves me from buying 5,000 or spending another 5,000 on one. So that's the way it is. So until next time, I will need the steel armor and see what I need from level 5 spells. And then we should get started on the fiend quests. See you next time, peace out.